I had been trying to win over the campus belle, Su Yuqing, for over 2 years, only to be brutally rejected 16 times. Not only was my reputation ruined, turning me from an aloof campus heartthrob into a laughingstock, but I also nearly lost my life. One last time, I orchestrated a romantic confession, but she looked down on me with disdain. Look at yourself. Lin Mobai. Stop dreaming. I'd rather die than say yes to you. That night, I got dead drunk and summoned the system. I give up. Go ahead. Punish me. Losing 50 years of my life is still better than being erased. Who would have thought that the next second? The system prompted. Detected that the host's anger level is maxed out, automatically switching targets for the host. The next second, Su Yuqing's roommate shyly grabbed my sleeve. I sat in the Lamborghini seat and let out a sigh. The phone screen reflected my handsome face, such superior and chiseled features. Why did Su Yuqing hate me so much? I work out all year round and strictly control my diet, so I have the perfect model physique. My phone kept vibrating in my pocket, so I took it out and unlocked it. I know that guy, the one who makes everyone laugh. He's a few screws loose. He's clearly a rich second generation. Spent hundreds of thousands to set up a confession scene, only to get slapped in the face with flowers by that girl. A real winner in life. His dad is a big shot at Tencent. His mom is a wealthy woman. And instead of just being a proper young master, he chooses to be a simp. I heard this is his 16th confession. Absolutely ridiculous. What a lunatic. Who the hell uploaded the scene of me confessing to Su Yuqing online again? I opened the comments section, and there are thousands of posts all mocking me. What makes it even worse is the photo my friend sent me. Su Yuqing is holding hands with another man, walking side by side on the crosswalk, laughing happily. And I recognize that man, Lu Yuan, her first love who would save her life. 2 years ago, Lu Yuan fell gravely ill and was on the verge of dying. It was I who arranged a private jet to send him abroad for treatment. I figured he deserved to die, and I should have been secretly pleased. But Su Yuqing was crying so heartbreakingly, her face streaked with tears, her eyes hollow. Lu Yuan, you pulled me out of the water. You told me to live well and repay you. You're not allowed to leave me behind. From the moment he was wheeled into the ICU, Su Yuqing stayed outside for 3 days and 3 nights, dazed and disoriented. I was truly afraid she might follow him, because if she died, I wouldn't be able to complete the gonglia and would be erased by the system. Fortunately, Su Yuqing held on and didn't commit suicide. That undying first love, Lu Yuan, saw his lethal impact skyrocket by 99%. It indirectly made my mission even harder. Unfortunately, instead of thanking me for this, she became even colder. Saving him was your own decision. If you're trying to use that to blackmail me into doing something, you can forget it. I never had such thoughts. After all, the system's judgment criteria for the gonglia was whether she truly opened her heart. Is this unfair? Competing with Lu Yuan? How could I, a wealthy playboy who appeared out of nowhere, fail to beat a first love? Until I saw the photo of their clasped hands and radiant smiles. A surge of overwhelming emotions churned inside me, and I made a decision. Don't come anymore, bro. It's over. I'd rather die than keep groveling to her. He quickly replied, well said. I'll pretend I didn't see that dog emoji. I found a bar and sat down. The more I drank, the angrier I got. The angrier I got, the more I drank. Finally, Su Yuqing's image surfaced in my mind. Her soft, tempting lips, her cool face, her slender figure, every curve captivating and breathtaking. God knows how fast my heart raced the first time I saw her. The colder her face, the more I wanted to cling to her. How grateful I was that the gonglia target was her name. What a pity. Then, dizzy, I summoned the system and poured out all the grievances and critical hits I had endured during this time. Finally, I threatened it. If I can't complete the mission, you won't have it easy either. Will you? Deduct your performance bonus or go back for retraining? I don't really care anyway. It's just deducting 50 years of lifespan. Right. It's not like I don't have any. But just a second before I collapsed onto the sofa, I heard the system prompt. Detected that the host's anger level has maxed out. Target has been automatically switched for the host. The next day, I woke up on the floor of a luxury garage. The old butler was dutifully watching over me. Young master, the boss said you're too embarrassing and has temporarily banned you from entering the house. I stood up, rubbing my throbbing temples, and habitually asked, what's Su Yuqing up to today? Did she eat the breakfast prepared? How is her appetite? The weather forecast says it will rain and get colder today. If she goes out, arrange the private car and make sure the heater is turned up high. Give me her class schedule. Arrange a few casual encounters and have a stylist come see me immediately. She's been binge-watching a drama lately. Style my hair like the male leads in that show. The old butler coughed dryly and stammered, I'm sorry, young master, but it won't be possible today. The boss has canceled all your supplementary cards. He said if you keep fawning over Miss Sue, you'll have to take your household registration and change your surname. I was shocked. Wait, didn't you tell the old man that if I can't marry Su Yuqing, I'll die? Does he want to see his son buried before him? The butler said stiffly. I did tell him. He said you're always going on about love, and once you're broke for 2 days, you'll settle down. Oh, my head instantly throbbed. Failing the Gonglia meant losing 50 years of my life. Even more terrifying, I didn't even know if I could live another 50 years. No, I still had so much money left to spend. When I called up the system to find a solution, I suddenly noticed that the name of the Gongler target had changed. Su Yuqing's roommate. At this moment, the system began to mutter softly. Host, you've sobered up. Since you cursed so fiercely yesterday, the system detected that your anger value has maxed out, thus activating the only opportunity to change the target. Su Yao is beautiful, kind-hearted, innocent, and adorable. With exceptional business talent, a future strong woman through and through. Host, this is your last chance. Make the most of it. If you fail again, you will be eliminated by the system. Also, please don't complain about me. Good grief. Changing targets actually escalated the punishment, but as long as it's not Su Yuqing, I'm finally free. Since the target has been switched, who would still go after her? I began to recall everything about Su Yao. I had indeed seen her a few times. After all, she was in the same class as me and even shared a dorm with Su Yuqing. During the start of the semester, there was quite a debate over who was the school beauty, her or Su Yuqing. One was cool, aloof, with long straight black hair, while the other was cute, pure, with a high ponytail. But to boost my favorability, I spent money to boost Su Yuqing's popularity, securing the title of school beauty for her. Unexpectedly, she looked displeased and publicly stated, Su Yuqing, have nothing to do with you. This whole thing is something you cooked up on your own. Su Yao, on the other hand, never took this matter to heart. She always wore a calm expression, as if nothing in the world could bother her. Once, I was waiting for Su Yuqing downstairs at the dorm. Su Yao came running down from upstairs, holding a basket of food in both hands. Those were dishes I had hired a famous chef to prepare, tailored exactly to Su Yuqing's tastes. At the time, I was a bit angry and questioned Su Yao why the food was in her hands. Her face flushed red, and she stammered. Yuqing said she wasn't coming back to the dorm today and told me to throw this food away. But that would be such a waste. Can I eat it? If not, can I feed it to the stray cats? My mind was completely elsewhere, focused on where Su Yuqing had gone. I casually brushed her off with a few words. I only remember that as I turned to leave, she softly said thank you. Her voice was very pleasant, soft and gentle without being cloying, with a refreshing comfort that soothed the soul. The second time was at a concert, when a popular singer came to our city to perform. Of course, it was Su Yuqing's favorite idol. She hesitated and was reluctant to accept the concert ticket I gave her. The condition she finally agreed to was that I bring all her dormitory sisters along, as long as money could solve it. It wasn't a big deal. The music was deafening, and joyful cheers filled the air, amid the melody of a tender love song. I quietly took Su Yuqing's hand. She didn't refuse. I was secretly thrilled, until the music ended and just before the lights came on, Su Yao's soft voice rang out. Hello, your hand is too hot. Could you let go? My expression froze. After a moment of silence, I awkwardly released my hand. In the darkness, I had made a blunder. And that night of the concert was my 15th confession. I even spent money to pull strings, getting the singer to invite me on stage, planning to declare my love to her in front of her idol. But when the singer called my name, Su Yuqing had already hurriedly left. I immediately chased after her, only for her to slap me across the face. Her voice utterly cold. Lin Mobai, stop groveling. Can you not embarrass me? Even if you go on stage, I won't agree to be with you. She paused and sighed. I just want to finish my college coursework and graduate smoothly. No matter how much you do for me, I won't be moved by you. You and I were never meant to be on the same path. In an instant, I felt as if my heart had been pierced by an ice pick. But I held back the pain, forcing a smile and cracking a cold joke to break the awkwardness. It's okay. I can wait. Even if my heart shatters into a QR code, scanning it will still show. I love you. As the car arrived at the school, the old butler couldn't help but advise me with concern. Young master, matters of the heart can't be forced. Miss Su isn't worth wasting any emotion on, not even anger. I grinned and said, Don't worry. I won't from now on. He paused for a moment, then let out a sigh, clearly unconvinced. After getting off the car, I saw Lu Yuan and Su Yuqing chatting and laughing at the school gate. When they ran into me, Lu Yuan casually let go of Su Yuqing's hand. Good morning, Master Lin. Lu Yuan was a bit shorter than me, probably not quite reaching 8 meters. At this moment, he had just recovered from a serious illness, and his face was still a bit pale. Recovered from your illness? He nodded. Yes, thanks to you, Master Lin, for saving my life, and then come back to school to steal my girl. It's not charity. I'm just covering your medical expenses for now. The money will have to be paid back slowly. After I said this, Lu Yuan's face darkened. Yuqing, did you borrow the money from Mr. Lin on my behalf? Su Yuqing frowned slightly, didn't respond, but looked at me in confusion. I usually don't talk about money. They probably assumed I was footing the bill. It's not her. Lu Yuan, there's a loan agreement in the contract signed abroad. Don't you understand English? His face flushed bright red in an instant, and he turned to Su Yuqing for help. I remember that string of numbers. Converted, it's 69 million renminbi. Su Yuqing got straight to the point and sneered as she interrogated me. Enough. Lin Mobai, what conditions do you want to bring up this time? Spit it out. I answered truthfully. A debt must be repaid. It's only right and proper. Lu Yuan, do you want to be a deadbeat? Lu Yuan trembled slightly. No. Mr. Lin, I'll find a way to pay you back. Su Yuqing finally couldn't take it anymore and shielded the pale Lu Yuan behind her. I'll pay it back for him. Please don't bother him anymore. Fine. Transfer 100,000 first. I've been a bit tight on cash lately. After all, because of Su Yuqing, my dad cut off all my supplementary cards, and now I'm completely broke. Seeing the payment QR code I held out, a flicker of confusion passed beneath Su Yuqing's perpetually unchanging expression. Give me a few days. Anyway, I'll gather the full amount for you. I let out a disdainful snort, waved my hand, and walked into the school. After waiting for a long time at the entrance of the cafeteria, I finally saw Su Yao's figure. She was wearing an oversized, ill-fitting cotton coat, her pupils bright, walking with her head down, sometimes frowning, sometimes gently biting her lip. She looked as if she had a lot on her mind. I quickly walked up to her and greeted her with a smile. Suyao, have you had breakfast yet? She blinked, her expression dazed. What? I don't know where Yuqing is. I raised an eyebrow. Why did it feel like she was a bit afraid of me? I adjusted my expression again and replied gently, I'm not asking her. I'm asking you. Let's have breakfast together. The next moment, she looked at me pitifully. See, can I say no? Of course. No. I grabbed her by the hand and dragged her toward the cafeteria. Su Yao was slender, and holding her fingers required almost no effort. I wondered what kind of unnutritious stuff she ate every day. I frowned at the breakfast options at the counter. What do you want to eat? I'll queue up. She immediately replied, just a steamed bun and a cup of plain soy milk. That's it. Previously, the breakfast I prepared for Su Yuqing was either golden threadbird's nest porridge or crab roe soup dumplings with cordyceps. Occasionally, I would switch things up with Australian beef noodles or fresh crab noodles. At first, Su Yuqing refused, but eventually, unable to resist the temptation of delicious food, she silently accepted. Not only did she start accepting my breakfast, but she even began to nitpick, either saying the porridge was cold or the soup dumplings had a fishy taste. So I had the chef team change the menu, and she then bluntly said the soup dumplings were still the best. Going back and forth, I still don't understand what she really likes to eat. When I ask her, she only replies, it's okay. At this moment, I was queuing with Su Yao, and I pointed at the counter. 2 servings of red bean buns, siuma, tea eggs, and red bean soy milk. The cafeteria auntie busily responded, swipe your card. I took out my bank card and suddenly realized with a shock that my card had been frozen. Damn, I made a fool of myself in front of the target of my pursuit. Hey, can you put it on the tab? I'll have someone bring the money this afternoon. The cafeteria auntie then gave me a strange look mixed with a hint of concern. Then everyone around me stared at me in surprise. The atmosphere became awkward, and no one said a word. Beep. Su Yao took an adorable card from her pocket to pay, took the breakfast with one hand, and tugged at the corner of my clothes with the other as we left. You need a meal card in the cafeteria. After sitting down, she muttered softly, wanting to see me flustered but not daring to look at me. Of course I know. How can I not know? I just haven't been here in a long time, so I forgot to bring it. She buried her head in her food and didn't respond to me. Su Yao squinted her beautiful eyes while eating, looking very content. I also picked up a custard bun, but it was slightly cold when I bit into it. Not good. It's gone cold. No, it's clearly delicious. Su Yao picked up another siumai and took a bite, a hint of delight spreading across her eyes and brows. Her heart suddenly skipped a beat. How could Su Yao be so unexpectedly adorable? Suddenly, Su Yuqing's cold voice rang out. Lin Mobai, what are you doing here? I looked up and saw her and Lu Yuan sitting at a table not far away. I froze for a few seconds, my gaze locking onto the exquisite breakfast baskets on the table. These were the meals I had paid a chef to carefully select ingredients for, prepare, and cook, then rush to school by special car for her to eat. I had already covered all the costs. I stood up and gathered all the unopened breakfast baskets, saying flatly, these are things I paid for. But they were delivered to the wrong place. And you too, how do you still have the nerve to eat them? Su Yuqing, stung by the remark, instantly turned cold. Stop messing around. Lu Yuan is still recovering and needs to replenish his nutrition. I let out an O and looked up at her. You can find your own way to nourish him. What's the point of eating my family's food? The students eating breakfast nearby started buzzing with gossip. Did I hear that right? Was that Lin Mobai just now? Holy crap. The simp seems to have hit rock bottom and bounced back. Ladies, opportunity knocks. I'd suddenly get 100 million and date young Master Lin, even as a substitute. Lu Yuan stood up, looking apologetic. Young Master Lin, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was breakfast you gave to Yuqing. Yuan, no need to apologize to him. Su Yuqing stood up with a stern face and looked at me. Enough. Lin Mobai, stop showing up in front of us to seek attention. Okay? I glanced at her indifferently, too lazy to respond. Cheerfully, I opened the basket, letting all the aroma waft out. I placed it in front of Su Yao and said gently, "Su Yao, go ahead and try it." Su Yao didn't dare to pick up her chopsticks, her eyes flickering, whether with surprise or unease. I couldn't tell. Su Yuqing's clear voice was laced with suppressed anger as she reminded me, "Lin Mobai, I'm talking to you." My attention was always on Su Yao. "Try it. It's still warm." Su Yuqing stood nearby, watching me and her, looking somewhat bewildered. This was the first time I had completely ignored Su Yuqing, no longer caring about her emotions or needs. But this seemed to stir some competitive spirit in her. "Lin Mobai, if you sincerely apologize to me here today, I might consider forgiving you." Su Yuqing's words left me stunned. Why should I apologize? The silent Su Yao suddenly spoke up for me. "Yuqing, you've rejected Lin Mobai's confessions countless times. So why do you still accept things from his family and give him hope?" "Su Yao." Su Yuqing interrupted her unhappily. "A rich young master like Lin Mobai has no idea how to respect people. Can't you see he's deliberately using you to piss me off?" I sighed. "Su Yuqing, I'm not using Su Yao. You're overestimating yourself. You don't need to consider forgiving me. Don't worry, I won't bother you anymore." Su Yuqing's eyes gradually reddened, and she instinctively turned her head away. "Fine, you said it yourself. If you come looking for me again, I'll only despise you even more." With that, she pulled Lu Yuan and left without looking back. I know that Su Yuqing is really angry, but I vaguely feel that, deep down, she seems to care about me just a little bit. Actually, at the very beginning, Su Yuqing almost fell for my intense pursuit. It was on New Year's Eve. I didn't stay with my family, but chose to spend it with Su Yuqing, who had remained at school. When the fireworks burst in the silent night sky, radiating colorful light, her eyes were filled with surprise and joy. For the first time, she took the initiative to grab my sleeve and pointed at the sky. "Lin Mobai, it's so beautiful." When the mood was right and I wanted to kiss her, she pushed me away again and refused. "I still can't see your true feelings. I just thought I hadn't tried hard enough, so I went all out to pursue her." Our school organized a mountain climbing trip. On a rainy day, Su Yuqing missed her footing and was about to roll down a small slope. Fortunately, I caught Su Yuqing in time, held her tightly in my arms, and rolled down with her. My head was spinning, and the pain made me grimace. In the end, I fractured my right leg and was hospitalized for a month. She never came to see me even once. Later, I found out that we were in the same hospital, but she was just busy taking care of Lu Yuan. My friend told me she agreed to be with Lu Yuan just because he wrote her a love letter by hand. So, what do you think? Guys, I want to send you to the brain, so you can rip out your love-struck brain and scare them to death. The day's classes were over. I was waiting for Su Yao to come out of the classroom. She lowered her head, clutching her books, and ran off so quickly that she disappeared in a flash. I remembered that the tickets for that concert were officially mailed to her home, so I had saved her address in my chat history with Su Yuqing. After much effort, I managed to scrape together 200 yuan in cash from the old butler. He then pulled out another 1,000 from his briefcase and handed it to me. "Young master, let's not see each other for a while. Stay in the school dormitory for now. Once the boss calms down, I'll come to take you home." I spent 900 yuan on a box of yellow cherries as a gift. If it weren't for this special period, I wouldn't have been so shabby. Su Yao's home was in the old city district, where the weathered white walls were etched with cracks of age. The building had a strong sense of history, and nearly half of the nearby residents had moved away. I gently knocked on the door. Su Yao's voice came from inside. "Coming. Please wait a moment." The door opened, and Su Yao paused for a moment. "Lin, class monitor." Her hair fluttered in the dusk sunlight, and she was holding a bunch of scallions that hadn't been washed yet, the earthy scent drifting through the air. "Thank you for speaking up for me this morning. I bought you some fruit." I shook the bag in my hand. Can I come in? She hesitated for a moment, but still invited me into her home. Although the exterior of the house was a bit worn, the inside was spotlessly clean and meticulously organized. Suya, is that your classmate? A middle-aged woman's voice came from a room, and the air was thick with a strong smell of Chinese medicine. I responded loudly. Yes. Hello. Hey. Go. Hello. Make yourself at home. No need to be polite. Yo. There are peanuts in the cabinet. Bring some out for your classmate. Su Yao obediently went to the kitchen and brought out a plate of stir-fried peanuts. Sorry, my mom has trouble with her legs and can't come out easily. Have a seat. I'll get you some water. So she was in such a hurry to come back just to cook for her mother. I chatted with her mother in the outer room. Her mother spoke gently and warmly, but she seemed to have a cold, coughing from time to time. Of course, I had to take things slowly. I made up my mind to start as friends with Su Yao first. After Su Yao finished cooking and brought the food inside, she hurried out again. Squad leader Lin, thank you for the fruit. I still have things to do, so I'll be going now. A smile curled at the corners of her lips, and her eyes were full of sincerity. I quickly grabbed her and asked, Where are you going? Haven't you had dinner yet? She patted the peanuts stuffed in her pocket and said, I have peanuts to eat. Just that? Can that really be a meal? She nodded, glanced at the time anxiously, and said, I really can't talk to you anymore. The bus is about to arrive. With that, she trotted off down the hallway. Su Yao is really busy. Can she ever stop and fall in love? A handsome guy like me standing right here. And she barely reacts. This initiative of mine didn't bring me any closer to Su Yao at all. Wait, why is she in such a hurry to go out? Could it be that she's... My heart skipped a beat, and I immediately followed her onto the bus, pushed and shoved as I boarded. An elderly woman behind me pressed close, her probing gaze traveling from the bottom up, carrying a shyness that didn't quite belong to her age. It made me feel extremely uncomfortable. Using my height advantage, I forced my way through the crowded bus and grabbed the handrail above Su Yao. Su Yao. I called her name softly. She was wearing white wired earphones and didn't hear my voice. Her eyes gazing out the window, pure and gentle. Bewitched, I raised my hand and touched her shoulder. Su Yao turned her head abruptly, and the moment our eyes met, the bus driver slammed on the brakes, giving me an unexpected assist. She lost her balance and fell into my arms. Sweet, pleasant fragrance lingering around my nose. My voice inexplicably tightened as I warned her. Be careful. Su Yao's face instantly flushed red. Thank you. I quickly stepped back half a step to keep my distance from her. The two of us were silent. She took off one earbud and looked at me questioningly. I nodded and took the earbud. Outside the bus window, cars hurried past, and the sunset faded inch by inch. Apart from the music in the earbuds, there was only the sound of my heartbeat. Being handsome is fate. Being innocent is my nature. Getting out of the car with Su Yao, she directly refused me. Sorry, squad leader Lin, I don't have time to help you find out about Yuqing. I stared straight into her eyes. I wasn't going to ask about her. Then why are you? Su Yao stopped mid-sentence, her ears turning red again. The favors I did today had an effect, but I was worried it might backfire, so I didn't plan to reveal my intentions so soon. My reputation precedes me, for better or worse. I used to be a simp, but now I'm all about pure love. This is my third weekend trying to win over Su Yao. I followed her to work a part-time job at a drink shop, where I was mainly in charge of pounding lemons for lemonade. What? The salary is only 1,000. Are you trying to pay a beggar? I was totally losing it. After toughing it out for over 10 days, is this all the money a college student's part-time job gets? Su Yao took the money from me, tugged at my sleeve, and said softly, Squad leader Lin, don't be so fierce. The boss even gave an extra 200 as a bonus. I obediently shut my mouth. Recently, I've grown much closer to her. A photo of me working was posted online, and rumors spread that my family had gone bankrupt and I couldn't afford to eat. A bunch of people were gloating. even praising school beauty Sue for her foresight in successfully saving herself, narrowly avoiding marrying into a fake wealthy family. I couldn't be bothered to explain. Luckily, I've been behaving well. I had already blocked Sue Yuqing long ago, and after the old butler checked in on me, he helped me apply for an early forgiveness letter. Seeing that I remained silent, Su Yao smiled faintly and helped brush the snow off my shoulder. I've put the money in your pocket. It's cold outside, so you should head back to the dorm early and rest. Su Yao, tomorrow at 7 in the evening, I'll be waiting for you under the cherry blossom tree on campus. She quickly withdrew her hand. Her face flushed as she asked, "What for?" "I have something on my mind I want to tell you." A hint of ambiguity hung in the air, spreading out in wisps. The blushing girl had already boarded the bus ahead of me. Back in the dorm, I took off my coat, and a stack of money and a Snickers bar fell out of the pocket. I counted it over and over, exactly 1,500 yuan. Silly Su Yao. You can't even bear to buy yourself an egg for breakfast. Yet you gave me such a large sum. I held back my emotions, hurriedly lowered my head, and pulled out my phone to send a message. "Guys, it's time to bring them in." The evening breeze gently brushed by, and the winter fog spread all around. The cherry blossom grove on campus was drenched in thick snow, turning it into a pure white expanse, adorned with colorful rainbow lights. Beneath our feet lay a neatly paved path of petals, the 999 snow mountain roses, flown in from afar, looked especially beautiful against the backdrop of balloons. My friends and I had spent an entire afternoon setting up this romantic and luxurious scene. More and more people gathered to take photos. A dozen bodyguards kept the crowd at a distance, waiting only for tonight's leading lady to arrive. "Brother Wolf, we're here to wish you success in your confession today. Have you memorized your little speech? Whether it's a miracle or a Joker diary, we'll wait and see." Waves of turmoil surged through my heart, an unprecedented tension gripping me. Suddenly, a woman burst into the confession scene, slowing her steps and standing in surprise before the roses. What bad luck. Why did Su Yuqing have to show up? "No, what you here for?" The moment my impatient words left my mouth, cheers and jeers erupted from the crowd. On Su Yuqing's delicate, oval face, a glimmer of emotion shone, and her lips curled slightly upward. "Lin Mobai, I never expected you to work so hard just to earn money to confess your feelings to me. I really like the roses, and I can see your sincerity." I raised an eyebrow and strode forward. "Get together. Get together. Say yes. Say yes." The crowd around us joined in the commotion, clapping in rhythm. Su Yao, who had somehow appeared among the onlookers, was dazedly clapping along as if in a trance. I got angry and pulled her out of the crowd. "I'm the one confessing to you. So what are you so happily clapping for?" As soon as these words were spoken, the surroundings suddenly fell into silence. 3 seconds later, as if she had finally reacted, she met my gaze. "Elos, Su Yao, I like you. I like the light in your eyes, your kindness, and everything about you." After saying this, I leaned down, pausing for a second before her lips, and saw the mist in her eyes and the blush spreading across her face. She didn't pull away. That meant she didn't refuse. Slowly, slowly, I kissed her red lips, a soft and cool sensation. In that moment, I forgot everything around me, instinctively wanting to hold her. Tighter, even tighter. She shyly tugged at my sleeve, and I instantly understood what she meant. Taking her hand, I led her through the crowd, running all the way across the snowy ground. My phone kept buzzing with text messages. "Oh, but there's someone here crying in front of the roses. What should we do? She told us to call you. Said she'd wait for you here today, bro. Say something. She's Su Yuqing. Are you really not going to care?" Oh. She obediently let me hold her hand as we ran, breathing lightly. "Monitor, Lin. I can't run anymore." Night had fully fallen, and the alley was empty, still calling me monitor. I leaned down, my nose touching hers, Wet kisses in the dark. Unrestrained and silent. Gasps eroding my sanity. After a moment, Su Yao's eyes reddened slightly. Lin Mobai. Not tonight. I need to go home. All right. I'll walk you back. Along the way, I smiled silently, and she kept turning her head to look at me. What are you smiling about? I felt happy. When you throw yourself into caring for someone, they respond to you with equal passion. Even though I could sense the unease and hesitation in Su Yao's heart, I believe that as time goes on, I will make her understand my sincerity. At her doorstep, I kissed her cheek and said with a smile, Su Yao, I'll pick you up tomorrow morning. Her lips curved into a smile. Her eyes reluctant. All right, I'll wait for you. Come in and have some hot tea. We all turn around. Su Yao's mother was pushing a wheelchair at the door of the room. This was the first time I had seen her mother. She was as thin as a rake, wearing a winter hat, and pale-faced. Su Yao, please step aside for a moment. I need to talk to him. Her mother smiled gently, very kindly. Su Yao hesitated and glanced at me. I signaled for her to rest assured. In the room, it was just the two of us, her mother and me. Thank you for liking my Su Yao. Su Yao is a wonderful girl. Meeting her is my fortune. I rubbed my nose, feeling a bit guilty. After all, it had started as a mission to win her over. I know you. She struggled to stand up and reach for a book on the table. I steadied her just in time. Standing up, such a simple thing, and yet even so, a thin layer of cold sweat broke out on her forehead, and her lips grew even paler. The boy in the photo is you, right? Her mother took a photo out of the book. It was from the concert, a shot of my back. At that moment, I was frantically searching for Su Yuqing, who had run away. I nodded. Su Yao was so happy that day, hopping and dancing in the living room all night listening to the music. Oh, it had been a long time since I'd seen her smile like that. Really, thank you again. She misunderstood the relationship between Su Yao and me at the time, and I didn't explain, looking at the densely packed pill bottles on the nightstand. I frowned. Hey, are you also sick? She waved her hand, unwilling to discuss the topic. Auntie might be a bit abrupt in asking this, but will you marry Su Yao in the future? Without hesitation, I said, I will. Fate, the greatest arrangement by heaven. This is the money I've saved for Su Yao. It's only 66,000 yuan. I hope my future in-laws won't look down on it. And this pocket watch, it belonged to Su Yao's father. Consider it a gift from me to you, my future son-in-law. I had a bad feeling about this. It was as if she was already certain she wouldn't live to see the day Su Yao married me. Did Andy trust me that much? Before I left, I hugged Su Yao. She was in a hurry to go to the kitchen to brew medicine, but she still took a moment to playfully make a heart shape with her hands. The old butler finally brought me home. My father was sitting at his desk, puffing on a large cigar, and took off his reading glasses. Let's not dwell on the past. I've had all those nasty online comments removed. From now on, I hope you'll act like a man, focus on your studies and management, and stop obsessing over love and romance. Making a scene, how embarrassing is that? Fine, I'll stop. I'll just get married. After admitting my mistakes, I finally returned to a state of financial freedom. I slept soundly on the $1,000,000 mattress. At dawn, the old butler's helpless voice slowly reached my ears. Young master. Miss Su came knocking at around 5 in the morning. I had her escorted to the living room on the first floor. I just remembered the text message my friend sent me last night. Last night, Su Yuqing cried. After changing clothes and going downstairs, she stared blankly at the hot tea on the coffee table. Lost in thought. Is something wrong? She forced a smile. Were you with Su Yao yesterday? I nodded. Yeah. Is that all? What a letdown. I thought she came to pay me back. As soon as the thought crossed her mind, she pulled a stack of brand new cash from her bag. 100,000. I told you I'd get it all together for you. Actually, Su Yuqing wasn't short on money. The jewelry and accessories I'd given her over the past 2 years had cost nearly $1 million. There's one more thing. A flicker of complex emotion passed through her eyes as she looked into mine. Lu Yuan proposed to me. Oh. I casually pulled out 5 bills and handed them to her. A red envelope. Wishing you a long and happy marriage. Lin Mobai. Her composed expression finally shifted at that moment, and she said pitifully, "What about all those words you said before? What do they mean? Which one?" I had made too many promises and whispered too many sweet nothings. I had memorized a thick stack of A4 paper. But when faced with Su Yao, I realized none of it was useful. Someone who truly cherishes you doesn't need those flashy, hollow words. Everything is in the actions. She was silent for a moment, as if she had made a decision. Just say one good thing. Say one more thing, and I'll turn down Lu Yuan. Lin Mobai, you've succeeded. You used Su Yao yesterday to provoke me, and it really hurt. As she spoke, she stepped closer to me and looked up, cradling my face in her hands, her gaze tender. She said, "Let's stop tormenting each other. Okay? I'm tired. Hold me." I pushed her away, glanced at the time, and turned to ask the old butler, "Is the car ready? I need to pick up Su Yao." After getting in the car, the driver drove very slowly. "Young master, should I turn around now to pick up Miss Su?" I said no. And from now on, there was no need to consider her anymore. To outsiders, it seemed like I spent 2 years pursuing Su Yuqing, intense, dramatic, and heart-wrenching. So why did I suddenly give up? Probably because every time I was close to succeeding, Lu Yuan would show up. I was never the one she firmly chose first. She got used to it. Under my shameless persistence, her scolding grew harsher and more unrestrained. The car pulled up to Su Yao's building, and the driver opened the door for her. "Good morning, Su Yao." She got into the car a bit awkwardly. "Lin Mobai, why? What's wrong?" I noticed her expression was serious, a seriousness I had never seen before. "Su Yuqing called me. She said she was at your place last night. Lin Mobai, I know you used me as a bargaining chip, and you won the bet. I'm not going to scold you, because I truly enjoyed the time I spent with you. But from now on, let's not see each other anymore." After saying that, she turned her head away and reached for the car door handle. I grabbed her arm and took out the pocket watch from my pocket. "My mother-in-law has acknowledged me. Are you trying to push me away?" Her eyes instantly turned red. "Su Yao, I'm serious. I can swear an oath, or even post it all my moments." I gently pulled her into my arms, holding her soft, warm body close. "From now on, I won't let you be alone anymore." Su Yao wrapped her arms around my waist, her hot tears streaming into the hollow of my neck. I recalled what the old butler had said. Su Yao's father passed away early, and her family was once fairly well off. Later, her mother was diagnosed with a terminal illness and initially wanted to end her own life to leave Su Yao some inheritance for a stable future. When Su Yao found out, she threatened her mother with her own life. That was when the long treatment began, despite the slim chances. Despite nearly draining their savings, she worked part-time to support her studies while contacting hospitals abroad. All she received were rejection letters. No wonder she always looked tired and busy whenever I saw her before. But now, she has me. At the graduation banquet 2 months later, I received the 169 million yuan debt that Lu Yuan had repaid to me. He proudly wrapped his arm around Su Yuqing's waist in front of me, no longer the timid and submissive person he used to be. Yuqing and I have been in love since middle school, all the way through college. It's been a bumpy road, but we finally made it. You all must come to our wedding feast. Everyone offered their blessings, with only a few quietly observing my expression. I stood the farthest away, smiling calmly, while Lu Yuan was chatting animatedly with the others. Su Yuqing actually walked over to me. She clinked glasses with me first. "Long time no see." I was a bit puzzled. A cliché opening line doesn't sound like you. But the next second, she leaned in close and lowered her voice. Lin Mobai, it's been 2 months now. Aren't you tired of this yet? I immediately understood what she was thinking and said calmly, sorry, we're planning to get married. She froze for a few seconds, her hand holding the glass trembling slightly. After taking a deep breath, Su Yuqing's red lips curve into a smile. Lin Mobai, stop joking. Isn't this your way of punishing me for not being steadfast back then? Isn't it time you came back to me now? Though she was smiling, her tone carried a hint of pleading. Before I could answer, Lu Yuan walked up to me with a dark expression. Meanwhile, Su Yuqing, losing control of her emotions, asked me loudly again, Lin Mobai, are you really going to marry Su Yao? Say something. Were all those things you said before just lies? I don't believe it. I don't believe we'll end up like this. You swore an oath before the gods. She stared blankly at me, her bright eyes brimming with tears. Everyone turned to look at us. It's long over. My words were cut off by Lu Yuan's sudden punch. Before I could catch my breath, another kick came straight at my vital spot. I dodged quickly, and it landed on my thigh instead. Lin Mobai, who the hell do you think you are? What makes you so great? Stop pretending. Lu Yuan's sinister gaze fell on me. I instantly exploded with rage and lunged at him, grappling with him. But he seemed to have been prepared, directly pulling a baseball bat from the table and swinging it viciously at my head. In the struggle, my back took a heavy blow. The pain twisted my entire body as I writhed on the ground. The scene descended into chaos, but no one dared to pull the enraged Lu Yuan away. Su Yuqing stood by, crying and telling him to stop. He sneered, all of you, get the hell out of here. He had this coming today. Yuqing never agreed to be with you before, and she never will. She's mine. He rolled his neck and aimed at my head again. Crazy. Lu Yuan had gone mad. The moment he struck, a swift figure shielded me beneath them. Su Yao. I heard her agonized cry. At that moment, I no longer cared about the pain in my body. Frantically, I scrambled up and grabbed hold of Lu Yuan. In that instant, I lost all reason. Gritting my teeth, I landed punch after punch. It wasn't until several people pulled me away that I snapped back to my senses and carried Su Yao to the hospital. Fortunately, Su Yao only suffered minor injuries. The moment the iron rod swung down, Su Yuqing grabbed Lu Yuan's arm, reducing the force of the blow. Even so, I still hired the best lawyer. Lu Yuan, grimacing in pain, sat in the interrogation room and smiled at me. I was supposed to die. That way, I would always be number one in Su Yuqing's heart. But you had to act all high and mighty, save me, and then steal my woman? Get lost. She's my woman, and she belongs to me alone. Then the light in his eyes dimmed again. Su Yuqing loves me. How could she not love me? Otherwise, she wouldn't have sold everything to help me scrape together that 1,690,000. But she said that after giving you the 1,690,000, we should never see each other again. How could so many years of feelings be bought off with money? She was about to say yes to my proposal. You must be up to something again. You saved me, used me, moved her, and then won her over. Didn't you? While he was talking to himself, I had already left. Su Yuqing sat on the chair outside, her expression heavy. It's my fault. You should go. I glanced at her. She might have her reasons, but I didn't want to hear them anymore. Lin Mobai, just as I was stepping over the threshold, she called out to me again. Being together. I actually liked you too. Her voice was soft, almost unreal, just like how she had treated me back then, wavering and uncertain. Su Yao was lying beside me with her eyes closed, faint traces of tears still on her face. I tucked her in and glanced at the plane's arrival time. Yesterday, I received news that my mother-in-law's treatment abroad wasn't going well. There were even severe adverse reactions. The doctor said she seemed to have given up. At this moment, Su Yao and I were still on the plane, the atmosphere somewhat heavy. I touched the diamond ring on my ring finger and comforted her. Su Yao, cheer up. We're almost there. Her beautiful face was half hidden by long, wavy hair, revealing only her delicate jawline and the graceful curve of her profile. Oh, but I'm so afraid that Mom will turn into a star. As soon as she finished speaking, her silent tears fell again. It can't be. Isn't there anything in this world that can cure a terminal illness? If there is, I'm willing to trade my life. I quickly covered her mouth. Honey, don't say that. After getting off the plane, we rushed to the hospital without a moment's delay. At the door of the ward, Suyao gripped my hand tighter and tighter until my mother-in-law stood inside the room, looking energetic, smiling and greeting us. She covered her mouth in surprise, then quickly hugged her mother-in-law. Is this a dream, or is it real? She was crying her eyes out like a child. The doctors nearby exchanged bewildered glances, all finding it hard to believe. Then the system's cold voice announced, "The strategy mission has been completed. According to the host's choice, the reward of one final chance to start over has been forfeited, and the reward has been replaced with designating someone to regain health. It has been detected that the reward has been issued. The strategy system is about to unbind. Wishing the host a pleasant life." 3, 2, 1. Sunlight streamed in through the window, and Suyao, holding her mother-in-law, was bathed in a golden glow. The two clung to each other, reluctant to let go. Suyao smiled through her tears, the corners of her mouth brimming with happiness. I silently reached out and made a heart shape with my hands for her. She suddenly spoke up. "Honey, you come over too." "Sure thing."